What's up, team? Coach Mateo here from Mara Strength. And today I want to pop open our intro video all about calorie tracking and macro tracking. What is it? What's it good for? I want to demystify some of the things out there about calorie tracking and hopefully make it very simple for you and show you what the practical applications are. And additionally, I'm going to be making a series here where I want to just break down for you what in its most basic element food tracking really is, and will also help you understand whether or not you should track your calories and macros, whether or not that's a good idea. And if you decide to watch past that video, I'll show you exactly how to do it. I'll show you different methods, one way that's very simple, a couple ways that are a little bit more complicated with varying degrees of involvement, right? The more you put in, the more you get out. At least that's what my friend who's very into gardening told me. All right, let's jump into things. A little bit of background for you here. Food contains fuel. You can think of it as a value of energy, really. And that energy is the energy that we use in our bodies to keep our brain alive, to go into the gym and bust your workouts, and to just do literally anything. Shopping for groceries, breathing, everything top to bottom. You can think of that total energy as calories. It's like the fuel or the currency on which your body runs. Different foods have different amounts of that currency, right? If you were to eat a handful of lettuce and then you were to eat a gallon jug of mayonnaise, those are two very different amounts of energy, right? And two very different afternoons. You know what I mean? If you're putting down that gallon jug of mayonnaise, whew, you better clear your calendar because something is about to go down. Now, what type of food, how much food you eat, those two things will dictate how much total energy you get, right? That's basically calories, in essence. And now to talk a little bit about macros, that fuel, that energy or currency is made up of different resources. I like to use the economy analogy here because in an economy, a city may have access to lots of wood or fish or iron, and those different resources all contribute to the total value that this country or city has, right, in terms of dollars. So we can think of the dollar value as calories and each individual macronutrient as just a certain type of resource with its own specific tasks and functions, right? So we've got fats, we've got carbohydrates, and we've got proteins. Each of them good for their own thing. We won't get too much into that today, but all you need to know is that they carry along with them a value and they each have their own kind of functions. So yeah, something useful to keep an eye on, right? Moving on. Okay, food has values. Why the hell should you care? Different types of food have different functions in the body. Why does that matter? It's a budget. If you consistently add more of that energy to your body than you are expending or using on any given day, you're going to store body fat over time. Consistently staying underneath that budget and spending more than you're putting in means you will lose weight, right? Gaining weight, losing weight is a balance between how much energy is going in and how much is going out. Now, again, we can ask the why should you care question. And that's a really cool and simple one because this weight gain is a powerful tool for muscle growth. Outside of training in the gym, it is the most powerful tool for muscle growth that you have. Eating less than you expend, weight loss over time is the most powerful tool for fat loss that you have, bar none. Okay, so losing weight is a really good way to drop a bunch of body fat stores off of you because we're tapping into the savings account, so to speak, if we think about it with the budget. Now, basically, tracking calories and macros is about management. It's about taking control of those values and seeing where things are going out, where the spending is happening, and how much is coming into the bank account. So tracking gives us the chance to really just take control of those two tools, weight loss and weight gain. And we can use those to our advantage to build more muscle and lose more weight, body fat, really. And just like a guy who wants to save money and all that starts looking at his bank account and how much he's making and how much he's spending, looking at how much you weigh and how much you're eating and expending can help you take control of your weight and how your body looks. So essentially, tracking is just keeping a running total of how much food you're eating, right? It's just bringing to front of mind the real values that actually drive your progress. And At its simplest, keeping a balance sheet of how much is going in versus how much is going out can help you manage your weight very simply. To take it to the next level and explain macro tracking for you quite simply, it's just optimization, further optimization. So not only are we taking a look at the total budget, how much money we're spending, we're looking at what types of things we're spending on. By intentionally skewing our fuel sources to having a higher protein diet, we can ensure that we're going to build more muscle, get more jacked, and impress all our friends and terrify all our enemies. By keeping a certain amount of fats in the diet, we can ensure that our hormones stay healthy. By keeping a good amount of carbs in the diet and ensuring that's coming to a smart place means we can train harder, build more muscle, recover better, sleep better. It's just about management at the end of the day. Not gonna lie to you, calorie tracking, probably not for everyone. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next video, but there are benefits, there are drawbacks. Just to quickly jump into it, the main thing to consider is there is a reason that anyone who really cares about this stuff and may even get paid to look good shirtless or compete to look good shirtless or use their body in a physical way, most of those people are doing this because it works. And it's essentially boiling down to the most basic element of what's going on in your body, how much energy is coming in and going. And if you really wanted to eke every single percentage point out of your physique, macro tracking is there too. And I think a huge benefit is that if you start tracking and you do it smart, you're going to see weight loss happen like in the first week or two, maybe 3, but it's quick. And that motivation can be the spark that drives further progress and adherence. When you start seeing weight come off, you want to keep doing the things that are working. Ultimately, the other benefits are that it's very simple once you get the hang of it. And once you make it part of your day and you do it consistently, it becomes almost autopilot. And I think just starting to look at how much energy certain foods have and what a meal actually looks like for you to lose weight can help you really understand how food affects your body and what that would look like on any given day, whether you're tracking or not. It can help you understand a lot better what portion sizes should look like. Some drawbacks are that you have to learn something before you get started. There's some knowledge to be found, which I'm basically going to show you here in the next couple of videos. But most people don't have those few minutes. They haven't sat down and said, okay, what is macro tracking? What is calorie tracking? And how the hell do I do it? And why would I do it? The majority of people are just, they don't want to learn something new. And yeah, you have to open something up and track most days or every day. Couple minutes, 5-10 minutes at the absolute most. I don't know who spends 10 minutes tracking, but something like a few minutes. And then for some folks who want a more intuitive approach and don't want to do something structured with their food and just want to eat what makes them feel good and eat until they're satisfied and all, that's great. If you want a more intuitive approach, it may feel a little bit too restrictive for you to track. And yeah, it also just requires this understanding of what I just explained to you with calorie balance, weight loss, and weight gain and management. That's all I wanted to cover today for the calorie and macro tracking side of things. Next up, what I want to do is talk to you in the next video about how to track your calories, like practically, in order to take control of the way your body looks, meaning burning more fat, building more muscle. And I can show you some simple strategies to make it easier for you to succeed with the tracking and be more adherent and stay on track. And we can also talk about, in the third video, whether or not tracking is even right for you. How to decide if this is something you want to do and if it might be a viable option for you. And I think finally, we might even talk about what some other ways might be that you could lose weight or gain weight and build muscle that don't require you tracking your food every day. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Hopefully this video helped you. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content, or go give me a follow at Mara_strength on Instagram, because I'll be creating daily content just like this to help busy guys look and feel awesome shirtless by mastering 2 big skills: training for muscle growth and dieting for fat loss. So if you want to see more stuff like this, yeah, like the video, let me know that you liked it, and subscribe because there's plenty more coming your way. Once again, my name is Mateo, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.